Hello, my name is Tom and welcome to my BookTube channel. I am really excited to be doing this today. Seeing as this is my first video, I thought I'd start with what a lot of people start with, and that's the newbie tag. You'll have to excuse me looking down, as I've got my notes here. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? I finished uni, work's a bore, why not start a YouTube channel? And also my dad has a YouTube channel, so I do get a little bit jealous. But in all seriousness, I love watching BookTube and I love reading, and I thought that doing this would help keep me accountable in that sometimes I do just stop reading, and it's not because I don't like it anymore, it's just because I do other things, and I'd like to use this channel to keep me reading, really, as an impetus to keep up with the hobby. Question 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, I'm not so sure about unique, but I do tend to read older books. I do read some of the hyped books, but a few years behind everybody else. And I also do a lot of second-hand books and vintage books, so I like the idea of reading books and introducing other people to books that they haven't heard of before. Question 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Well, I'm really excited to be part of a bookish community. I do know people in my quote-unquote real life that read, but we have quite a different taste and we don't really talk about books, so I'd like to find some people to talk about books with. Question 4. Why do you love reading? Well, I'm a really big fan of physical media. I have a lot of CDs, a lot of DVDs, I've got vinyls, and I have a lot of books. And I just like I love experiencing stories, and I really like reading as a way of doing that. And also I have the subconscious feeling of achievement whenever I finish a book. I don't know whether that's a bit silly, but I feel like I've actually done something when I'm reading. Question 5. What book series got you into reading? Well, I got into reading properly whilst I was in primary school, and I don't know if anyone else experienced this, but we had a 15-minute reading slot every day whilst we were in school. However, we were only allowed to read books that were from the school library. We couldn't bring in our own books. So for that period of my life I read exclusively Goosebumps and Animorphs books. And those books are very important to me, and they also still inform what I read today. Horror and sci-fi are still some of my favourite genres. Question 6. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? How do you do it? It would be stuff about the practical end. It took me so long to set this up, and I really hope it's working. I still don't know how to work out whether it's working. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Again, the practical, technical elements of it, but also I don't feel like I read as much as other booktubers do in terms of actual amount of books. So I need to make as much as I can with the books that I read. Question 8. When did you start reading? My first memories of reading are reading to my little sister. So yeah, I am going to have to say 5 or 6 when I started reading books properly. I am dyslexic, so it took me a bit longer to get into it compared to other people. Question 9. Where do you read? I have a nice little reading nook in another room by a fire with a standard lamp. It's adorable. But I have also realised that I read a lot in my car. If I'm dropping someone off somewhere or waiting to pick someone up, I'll have a book with me. And I was thinking about this question, and I realised just how much I read whilst I'm sat in my car. Question 10. What kind of book do you like to read? Well, I've already mentioned a couple of genres, horror and sci-fi. I do really enjoy a good fantasy. I'm a high fantasy fan. I love the intense world building. I think that's something that I really need in a book. I do read historical fiction, but mainly ancient history rather than recent history. I like thrillers, but I am very picky. Political intrigue and archaeological thriller are things that I like, and I read contemporary on occasion. I'm trying to read more contemporary, but I do find it difficult to find contemporaries that I really enjoy. The final question is the optional question. Question 11. What does your book collection look like? Well, in short, it's a mess. I have a couple of bookcases scattered around the building and they're not pretty. My main bookcase is a remnant of when some furniture was moved, and it is organised for convenience. It's organised by what will fit where. It's double stacked. I've got no idea what's on it. My non-fiction bookcase is overflowing onto the floor. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Okay, so that was just a nice short video to start off my channel. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you've liked what you've seen, consider subscribing. Join me on this journey. I'm going to film a couple of videos today just to sort of get my channel started, so maybe watch some of those as well. Yeah, I hope to see you again.